Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field from 95.1 The Brew, Brooksy.
What's up, Knighthawks fans? Give it up for your tunnel team tonight, Halo. Hey, it has been a long month since your Knighthawks have been back in the barn, but we got to do one thing tonight and prove to them we are the greatest fans in the league. Can we do that? They're in the tunnel. Let's get them out. Let's go, Hawks. Let's go, Hawks. Here they are, your Rochester Knighthawks. Tonight's starters for your Knighthawks, number 16, Dylan Evans. Number 25, Brad Self. Number 26, Mike Kirk. Number 29, Ian Lord. Number 79, Sid Smith. And in goal, number 48, Vino says, Matt Vince.
And now please welcome tonight's visitors, the Philadelphia Wings. Starting for Philadelphia, number 7, Kyle Sweeney. Also starting, number 9, CJ Costabile. Number 17, Brody Merrill. Number 31, John Rannigan. Number 55, Chad Wiedmeyer. And starting in goal, number 51, Evan Kirk. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your hats? Veterans may render the hand salute for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed this evening by Bailey Morrison.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. When the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Time to play the game.
And the Rochester Knighthawks.
Time to play the game.
Tonight, as they are wearing the special jerseys through a partnership with UAR, and those will be raffled off tonight via an auction, and then the winners will be able to get the jerseys right off the backs of the players, Trisky.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little earlier when we just after video today, and we were talking about, are they going to wash the jerseys? Are they going to? But the fans that purchase them, they don't want them washed. They don't want them touched. They want them game worn, and that's going to be the reality of it. So they're going to take them right off their backs, give them to them, and I think that's a great thing for the Rochester Knighthawks to be able to support that cause.
Well, the Knighthawks here at home, they are 4-0. 2 other times they've started out with that record, and both of those years they finished 8-0 at home. The last time in 2007 when they won the second championship in franchise history. And they'll take on a Philadelphia Wings team that, again, we said is very hungry, very eager to get this game going, to see if they can change their fortunes. 3-7. Hold a slight lead over Minnesota for 4th place in the East Division, and Rochester chasing Buffalo. Here we go, opening face-off. Dylan Evans battling forward, one of the best in the league this year in winning percentage, and that first one is won by the Wings as Costabile won it, and then Merrill fed it over on the left wing, and here come the Wings. Very early in the possession as Sweeney got it over. Now Buchanan will give it to Jordan Hall, the former Nighthawk. Gets it over to Saunders. Saunders now to Thule. The shot, he hit the post. Garrett Thule, the rookie out of West Point, having himself a fine first campaign here in the NLL. Hall feeds it over on the left wing. Buchanan shoots and he misses wide of the net.
Looks like the offense here for Philadelphia has really come out to play here. They're really moving the ball quick. They're lots of picks and rolls, and they're getting some real good looks and good shots here on Matt Vince early in the game.
Cody Jamieson with the ball down the far wall. Up top, McCready. Left wing, Dawson. 9 points away from 1,000 in his career. Dawson in on goal. The shot saved by Kirk. Rebound, and that one is denied. And the rebound is corralled, and back away come the Wings the other way, and Dan Dawson with a great move, individual effort to get in on Evan Kirk, who is the younger brother of Mike Kirk of the Knighthawks. The shot from the outside, he scores. That one from the left wing side, and Ryan Ward, the veteran, gets the Wings on the board, 1-0.
I think that's a shot there that Matt Vince is going to want back. Ward just basically shot it over a screen. I think he shot it over Paul Dawson there. So that is a big body in front of Matt Vince, and I'm pretty sure he never seen that shot, because that shot didn't have a whole lot on it. It was placed in a real good spot there, and I don't think Matt Vince had a chance to see that ball.
Jordan Hall with the ball, number 44, former member of the Rochester Knighthawks. Over now to Saunders. Saunders, as they cycle the ball around, it's moved up top. And on goal, the shot, and that one clanked off the iron as Kevin Crawley is a very dangerous shooter. Got that one off, and that's a 3rd pipe already tonight. In the high slot, the low shot, stick save by Matt Vince, as Saunders let that one go. And now John Sullivan will feed it across the floor. Taken by Campbell. He had a goal in the win at Colorado last week. Left wing to Keogh. He's got 12 goals in his last 3 games. That pass was intended for Keogh, but knocked down and back away comes Brody Merrill. 9-year pro. Grew up in Orangeville, Ontario. And he'll give it back to Ward, who will feed it across to Buchanan. Buchanan to Thule. Thule in on goal. The shot, stick save, and Buchanan gives chase. Brad Self now will scoop it up, and the leading loose ball man for the Knighthawks races through the neutral zone. Has it on the right wing side. He will feed it now to a wide open Vitarelli in on goal. The shot, and Kirk makes the save.
It looks like Evan Kirk's seeing the ball real well here for Philadelphia. We got wind that maybe Brandon Miller was going to get the start here, but Evan Kirk looks like he's up for the task tonight.
Sweeney now trying to get away from Paul Dawson. And now Crawley, right wing, Thule. Thule backpedals. Gives it Saunders. Shot. That one is knocked down as Campbell got in the shooting lane. Sweeney's pass is knocked down, and now Sullivan will duck away from Crawley. And he fires it now to Joe Walters, taking on the triple team. Feeds it off the near boards. And that one is picked off, and back down the floor comes Stephen Hoare. across the midfield line. Feeds it in front of the net and off the stick of Jordan Hall, and that one is picked off. That's the first time we've seen 16 in red. Stephen Hoare, he started his career, his first 5 seasons were here in Rochester.
Yeah, it looks like he's running the floor real well here, Stephen, and I figured he'd come in and get up and down the floor and play some good defense and get in on the Philadelphia's transition game here. So that may help him out here.
11:04 to go here in the first. Dawson left wing, backs in, looks. Keeps it himself, trying to charge in on goal. Gets the shot off. And that hit one of the Wings defenders. And down the floor they come very quick. Risky in transition is this Philadelphia team. They really like to work it in deep in your zone very quickly in the shot clock.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a real big, fast, athletic team, and their defense is, I think it's the biggest lacrosse team I've ever seen in my life. And they're big, strong, athletic. They can run the floor, and they got some real good offensive players that can really move the ball around. And I think it's a good mix for Philadelphia. They just need to put some wins together.
McCready, 13-game point streak, gives it to Jamison. Now over to Walters. Left wing Dawson in the slot, feeds it in front of the net, an illegal pick call. And the Knighthawks turn it over, and Wiedmeyer feeds it over to his left, now taken into Rochester territory. This is the second meeting of the season between these two clubs. And now I think we've got coincidental penalties as Tracy Koluski will head off for the Wings and Paul Dawson for Rochester. And Paul Dawson and Dan Dawson both acquired from Philadelphia in a blockbuster deal about a year and a half ago now.
And I'm not sure Tracy Koluski really wants to get in a battle with Paul Dawson there. I think that's a bit of a
6'5".
Yeah, that's a bit of a mismatch
Paul
there.
Dawson.
But you know what? Tracy Koluski's one of those guys. He goes hard every time he's on the floor, and he sticks his nose in where he has to. So he's a tough, fierce competitor.
Scott Self picked that one off. Now battling for it on the near boards. And that one was taken away. And Kevin Crawley, who was the MVP in Major League Lacrosse in the summer, fed it over to Buchanan, now to Crawley on the left wing. Crawley to Thule, right wing side, breaking in on goal, and he ran into Ian Lord. And the ball went flying away, and Thule ran into a brick wall there wearing number 29. That was Ian Lord.
Yeah, and Thule's not a small man, and Ian Lord took him down to the ground real well and did allow him to dive across the crease and kind of protect Matt Vince's knees there. So that was a great job there by Ian Lord.
9:37 to go. The Wings in front, 1-0. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network. Dan Dawson will start it up, playing in his 189th straight regular season game. That is now all alone, second all-time in NLL history. Now over to Walters. Walters looking for Jamison. Jamison feeds it across the shot. What a save by Kirk as he denies Vitarelli.
It looked like they were doing a bit of a sneak play there, and Matt Vince came to the bench, and Joe Walters was supposed to make that pass and then run to the bench for Matt Vince to go back to the net, and he forgot to, and Coach Hazen was jumping up and down on the bench, calling him off.
Wings now with the ball. Fed over now to Ward. Near side, the shot that hit the crossbar. Saunders let that one go, and it clanked off the crossbar, and now Ward will skip it up top to Buchanan. Back to Ward on the far boards. 8.5 to go here in the first. Saunders fed in front of the net off the stick of Buchanan, who tracks it down and gives it now to Ward on the left wing. Right wing side to Thule. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Thule being pressured on the outside. Gives it now to Jordan Hall. And that pass was across for Buchanan. And he mishandled. And now Brad Self will wait for the shot clock violation. And he will scoop it on up. Approaching the midfield stripe. Gives it to Walters, who takes a big hit by Stephen Hoare. But he's able to roll it over to Paulus. But his flip pass is taken away by Brody Merrill. 4-on-3 break for Philadelphia. Over now in front. The shot that's stripped away. Ian Lord knocked that one away from Costabile in a crease violation. It'll be Rochester ball.
And Philadelphia's really running the floor here. Their transition game is real good right now, and it's given Rochester's offensive guys a lot of trouble here. They're having to run to the bench real quick and use up a lot of energy here. So hopefully that they can find a way to slow their transition down.
McCready left wing. And a holding penalty coming up to Dan Dawson with 7:35 to go here in the first. So Philadelphia will go on the man advantage. They already lead 1-0.
We'll see how Philadelphia's power play is here. They think I'm not sure what their stats are right now, where they stand in the league, but obviously they got a lot of really good offensive players out there that can put the ball in the net. So we'll see see how the penalty kill here for Rochester does.
Converting at 45% this year of the Wings on the power play, and that shot scores. Kevin Crawley from the left wing side. It's 2-0.
And that was just simple ball movement there by Philadelphia. And they watched a lot of video today on Philadelphia earlier in the day, and they seem to do the same play over and over again. But that was just real simple. Nice backhand pass there by Ward there over to Crawley, and Crawley put the ball in the net. So that was a real nice shot there by Kevin Crawley.
Procedure call off the face-off. 2-0 in favor of Philadelphia. Crawley's 15th of the year. Brody Merrill gets the shot off. Kick save by Vince, and the rebound is grabbed by the team captain, Brody Merrill. Left wing to Crawley. Pressured there by Ian Lord. Flip pass to Buchanan. In the high slot to Merrill. Left wing Crawley skips that one wide of the net. That one banks off the near glass. Grabbed by Merrill. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Jordan Hall, and his pass eludes the stick of Crawley, who can't keep it in. That's an over and back violation. And Stephen Keogh will scoop it up. He had 5 goals in the first half. And the 11-9 win in Colorado last week. Jamison right open in front. The shot, save, rebound, and the follow-up opportunity denied by Kirk.
Yeah, that was a real nice play there a real nice save there by Evan Kirk. Cody Jamison was in on a loan, and he doesn't miss those very often. But Evan Kirk is obviously he's at the top of his game today. It was funny in warm-up. I asked Mike Kirk who Mom and Dad were cheering for tonight, and he said definitely for me. So maybe Evan got wind of that.
Brad Self runs it into the wing zone, gives it to Paulus, back to Self on the far side. Now hits McCready in the slot, left wing to Dan Dawson. Trying to charge in on goal. Penalty upcoming to Philadelphia as Dawson was held up. Now gets it over right wing to Walters. Extra man out there. Now Jamison, left wing Dawson. The bounce shot goes wide of the net. And that one is touched up by Rannigan, and a penalty coming up to Philadelphia. So Rochester will get their first opportunity on the man advantage.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity here for Rochester's offense to get back in the game. We're only down by 2 here, but it's 5 minutes to go here in the quarter. It'd be nice to get a goal here on the power play, give the offense a little bit of confidence, and moving forward in the rest of the game here.
.519 percentage, that's third best in the NLL. Left wing to Keogh, down low to Dawson. Dan Dawson looking, still with it, feeds it up top. Jamison shoots and goes wide of the net. That one bounces right back into the stick of Jamison, feeds it in tight, the shot, he scores! Johnny Paulus fires it.
There by Johnny Paulus. Cody Jamison took a shot. Johnny Paulus just got the rebound off Evan Kurt's pad and just took a step back and just fired it right underneath Evan Kurt's stick. And you know what? Good for Johnny Paulus. I think he thinks he's been struggling a little bit this year and not putting up the numbers he has in the past. But again, I still look at Johnny Paulus as being a 20-year-old kid and out there playing. He's already won two NLL championships. So I think it's a matter of he just needs to take a step back and realize that he's not the man, but you know, you're still contributing.
9:51, the time of Paulus' 10th goal of the year. Jamison with an assist. Ball now right wing side up top. Saunders shot and scores. Saunders bounces it home and it's 3-1.
Yeah, that's Saunders there. That was just a real nice shot there by Saunders, and you know, it was a little bit of a pick and roll there, and it was kind of like, I guess they call that a bit of a pick and pop, and Saunders ended up just coming over the restraining line there and ripped a shot in behind Matt Vince. That's defensively, Rochester needs to step out on that, and not allow Philadelphia to take those shots from the outside, because they do it real well.
4:38 to go. The Wings back in the lead by 2. They lead 3-1. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
We're down here in the party deck with Mike Van Allen, one of the ushers here at the Blue Cross Arena. And a couple of years ago, here on Men's Health Night,
Night as the Knighthawks celebrate, wearing their special Mardi Gras jerseys that'll be auctioned off tonight. And Buchanan now will give it over as the Philadelphia Wings leading the Knighthawks 3-1. Sid Smith pressuring Koleski, who gets free, gets a shot off, it goes wide of the net, settles on the back of the net, and the Knighthawks will take over. Paul Dawson feeds it ahead now to Brad Self, over now to Mike Kirk, who will give it to Dan Dawson. Dan Dawson second on the team in points. Flip pass to Vitarelli, in on goal, the shot, save, rebound, and that bounced in front of the net. It was grabbed and bounced ahead now to Brody Merrill, and that's twice Vitarelli. He's had chances now. Jordan Hall at the other end, he shoots and scores. Jordan Hall from Brody Merrill, it's 4-1.
Yeah, that's another one of those transition opportunities for Philadelphia. They're running the floor real well tonight, and it's something that Rochester's offense definitely has to deal with. I don't think they got off the floor real quick, and after that shot that Vitarelli had there, they kind of turned and looked and watched the ball and didn't run to the bench. So that was a quick 3-on-2 there for Philadelphia. That's when you give Philadelphia an opportunity to do that, they're going to put the ball in the net more often than not.
Rochester now trying to answer back. And that one squirts free. Joel White, the former Nighthawk, charging in on goal. The bounce shot, it goes wide of the net and goes over the near glass and into the crowd with 3:36 to go. And the Wings in the lead, 4-1. Fired on ahead to Jamison. And that one is swatted away and goes out of play.
Offensively here, Rochester really needs to take care of the ball. They've been seem to throw the ball away, and they're taking chances that they don't really need to take, and the ball seems to be squirting out everywhere. And Philadelphia's getting way too many transition opportunities.
Brody Merrill now has it right wing side in Rochester territory to Jordan Hall. He's got 3 points already tonight. That low pass eludes the stick of Brody Merrill, who's called for a crease violation. And Dawson now will lead the charge the other way, and that's Paul Dawson to Stephen Keogh. Trying to get away from Manny. Bounces off the far boards. Gets free, feeds it over to Joe Walters on the far boards. Near side to McCready. McCready in the slot, looking, fires a shot, and Kirk makes the stop. And he will give it on ahead, and very quickly Philadelphia will set up in the Rochester zone as Buchanan will give it now to Thule on the right wing. Thule gives it up top to Ryan Ward. Back to Thule, the shot, and what a save by Vince as he got the right arm up. That one just kept rising.
Yeah, it was, and that was a great shot there by Thule, and it was through traffic too, so that was real good for Matt Vince to pick that ball up.
Jamison on the right wing side, looking in front of the net, feeds Paulus, the shot, he hit the post. And the rebound's grabbed by Brad Self, so Rochester will have another crack at it. Jamison from the right wing. Gives it now to McCready, who passes left wing, Dawson. Across, and that one is shot wide of the net, and that one goes over the glass and into the netting. And the Wings will have the ball with 1:50 to go here in the first quarter, and they lead Rochester 4-1. Crawley bounces off a check by Campbell, looks, shoots wide of the net, and that one will go over the near glass. And Matt Vince will pass it on ahead, 6-2 this year with an 8.66 goals against. Now fired down the floor, sidesteps one, in on goal. Tried to shove off the double team is Vitarelli, and he'll feed it up top to Dan Dawson. Over to Vitarelli on the right wing on the far boards to Walters. 1:18 to go as Dawson has it. Penalty coming up to Philadelphia. Dawson on the left wing up top. Jamison in on goal. The shot, he scores! Cody Jamison kicks the corner. It's 4-2.
That was a real nice shot there by Cody Jamison. Obviously, there was a delayed penalty there. I don't think Philadelphia realized that there was a delayed penalty because Cody Jamison definitely caught that ball. He had about 3 or 4 seconds there to take a couple steps closer to the net. And when you give Cody Jamison an opportunity like that to put the ball in the net, he's going to do it every time. So that was a great shot there by Cody Jamison.
Jamison's 20th goal of the year. And Costabile off the face-off win gives it over to Buchanan. 7th in the league in points. Came into tonight's contest. Saunders on the right wing. Looking through the screen, the shot, and it's pinned underneath the right arm as Matt Vince will hang on. And he'll leave it over for Ian Lord. Lord across midfield. Lord's got some running room, and he'll feed it now to McCready, and he'll head off for a change. Gives it over now on the far side to Vitarelli. Over to Jamison. Jamison defended there by Manley. Up top to McCready. Left wing side Dawson in front of the net. McCready gets the shot off, and that one goes wide of the net. And the Wings now in transition. Across midfield was Joel White, who gave it to Koluski with 10 seconds to go. The net is empty to our left. Wide open net. Scott Self picks it up. Oh, and that one was picked off. It was headed for the open net. And the Wings with one last opportunity, and that one is fired wide. So an exciting end to the first quarter of play. Rochester gets one from Cody Jamison. And they have cut the Wings lead down to 2. We'll be back with second quarter action on the Knighthawks Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Blue Cross Arena, and Philadelphia thought they had won that face-off, and it trickles away, and John Sullivan comes away with it, fires it across midfield to Scott Self, and he'll give it down low to Jamison. Jamison on the right wing side. 50 points now for number 88. Jamison gives it across on the left wing side, now cutting to the middle is Keogh, feeds it over to Dawson. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Dan Dawson backing his way in, looking behind the back pass, and that one is swatted away by Brody Merrill. That came out of the stick of Johnny Paulus. Brody Merrill very active anytime that he plays.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been running the floor quite a bit here, and playing both offense, defense, and it doesn't seem like he's coming off the floor. I was just going to say there that they held Paul Dawson out, or Dan Dawson out there. That's a big body to be holding off going to the net, and I think Philadelphia's got one of those teams defensively that can really do that.
And that's going to be an 8-second call on Rochester as Kevin Crawley causing all kinds of problems. And Ward will take the feed down on the left wing side. Gives it up top now to Thule. Thule looking. Takes it in. Wanted to take it in on goal. Ran into the double team. Now it's fired over to Koleski. The shot. Save. Rebound. And that one is pushed over the top of the crossbar. Ian Lord battling for it. Scott Self kicking at it. Brad Self and Scott Campbell in there. And Campbell comes away with it. Scott Campbell across midfield, shakes off a check by Stephen Hoare. Campbell takes it in on goal, looks, fakes, hits the crossbar. How many fakes did he have there? He switched hands, he had 2 stick fakes and nearly scored. That pass was on a rope to Buchanan, and it's intercepted, and Dylan Evans will come back the other way. And he fires it over to Dan Dawson. It doesn't even seem like you're on the bench for a second, and boom, you better be ready to come off and play offense or defense.
Yeah, this is a real fast game here, and everybody seems to be getting an opportunity to play, that's for sure. So it's a real fast game.
Keogh now around the D, scores! Stephen Keogh, one-handed pickup, and converts on the behind the back. It's 4-3.
Yeah, that was a great individual effort there by Stephen Keogh. He picked that ball up real quick in front of the Philadelphia defender. took a couple steps across the top of the crease and threw a real nice backhander into the bottom corner there behind Evan Kirk. And you know, Stephen Keogh's been one of those guys who's really come along this year and came into camp in real good shape, and he's definitely earned his spot here on the Rochester Knighthawks offensive lineup here.
18th goal of the year for Stephen Keogh, third-year pro out of Toronto, former second overall pick out of Syracuse University. And Stephen Keogh with another spectacular goal. He had 2 of the top 10 last week. Jordan Hall lost the handle on it, and that one is fired over the glass and into the crowd. As Tracy Kluski followed that up, and Rochester now will start up the turf as Brad Self. Watched there by Brody Merrill. Bounces off a check by Merrill. Still has it. Fires it in the slot to Paulus. Gives it left wing Dawson. Up top McCready. Right wing to Joe Walters, who's looking for a career-high 10th goal. Up top to Jamison. Left wing Dawson. Dawson looking in front. Now going to take it himself. Fights off with check, and that's going to be an illegal pick. And Philadelphia will take over, the chagrin of this home crowd. As Garrett Thule has it on the right wing side. Gives it over to Saunders. Face dodge to get free, and on goal, and he shoots it wide. Campbell picks it up. His pass is picked up by Scott Self, racing in on the left wing side, and he is going to slow it down. He'll give it to Stephen Keogh. Now to Johnny Paulus. The shot, save, rebound, Vitarelli. Another save by Kirk.
Wow, Evan Kirk's really got Corey Vitarelli's number here. He's had 3 or 4 real good shots on net on top of Evan Kirk, and he's been up for the task and made some real nice saves on Corey Vitarelli, who seems like he's struggling a little bit.
4-3 is our score in favor of Philadelphia over on the right wing side, and that one is blocked by Ian Lord right into the stick of Keogh, who runs into Evan Kirk, and he picks up the loose ball. Now he bounces off a check, feeds it over to Jamison on the right wing side. Jamison looking in front of the net. 20 seconds to work with. Jamison gives it on the left wing. Rochester spreading the offense as it's given over to Walters. Penalty upcoming to Philadelphia. Paulus shoots over the top of the net. And that one skips across the midfield stripe, and a penalty coming up to Philly. Holding the stick to Jordan Hall as he will head off.
Yeah, and it looks like Rochester's offense is starting to move the ball real well and start really attacking Philadelphia's defense. And I think that's something that they really got to take advantage of, is go right at their defense and not allow them to dictate to them where they go.
Rochester now with the ball. Jamison gives it down low. Fed across to Vitarelli, and that one is grabbed by Brody Merrill. Brody Merrill against Dan Dawson. And Merrill is going to slow it down. I remember talking once to Jordan Hall, and I said, if you could have anything of a teammate's, what would you want to have? And he said, Brody Merrill's lungs. Yeah. That's what Jordan Hall said. Yeah, because he can keep playing the entire game at such an intensity.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it doesn't seem like he's been off the floor. Every time I look down there, he's doing something offensively, defensively. He's transitioning the ball. He's getting loose balls and playing real good defense. So that's something that any team would like.
9:15 to go. The Knighthawks trailing by 1. They've got 2 straight, and they're on the man advantage. We'll see if they can tie it up when we come back. Philadelphia 4, Rochester 3. We'll be back in the Knighthawks broadcast. Started up for the Rochester Knighthawks. Those of you who are just joining us, Rochester trailing 4-3, and they're on the man advantage. One of the young bright stars in this league, Johnny Paulus, gives it to Jamison. Up top to Paulus. Over to Keogh. Now to Paulus. Over to Jamison. The shot, he scores! Cody Jamison on the power play, and we're tied at 4.
Wow, that was a nice shot there by Cody Jamison, it was just a real simple power play. Just move the ball real quick, get the Philadelphia players moving. Johnny Paulus throws a nice over-the-shoulder pass to Cody Jamison, who beat Evan Kirk, short side, top shelf. That was an unbelievable goal there by Cody Jamison.
So Rochester has tied it up. 3 straight goals by the Knighthawks. Wiedmeyer scoops it up. Played his college ball at Princeton. And Koleski has it on the left wing side. Koleski gives it to Buchanan. Fires it across now on the far boards. Saunders, near side Buchanan. Trying to get in on goal, and he'll give it to Thule. The shot from the outside, and that hits the end boards and goes right into the stick of Brad Self. Racing into the wing zone. Passed over on the right wing side, now tapped over. Great play to keep that ball alive by McCready. Jamison gives it to Walters. Joe Walters takes it. Now has it on the right wing. Trying to get free. Gets the shot off, and a stick save by Kirk. Evan Kirk came into the game with a 3-5 record and an 11.46 goals against average, and he's played great thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. He's looked real good out there. He's playing the ball real square. He's seeing it real well. He's picking up his rebounds and really getting them up the floor real quick.
Ward over to Saunders. Flip pass to Ward. Now over to Crawley, who drew the double team, and a shot clock violation, as the Rochester defense would not let Crawley get free. Across midfield comes Keogh, who had a spectacular goal to bring Rochester within 1. Vitarelli, right wing. Bounce pass across on the left wing to Dawson. Near side, Jamison. Looking, backpedaling. Still has it right wing, the shot. And Kirk made the save. He had it trapped in his left pad. And now comes Brody Merrill. Merrill down the far boards. Defended there by Ian Lord. Now to Thule. Thule bounces off one check, gives it over to Buchanan. The shot, and that just misses wide. The rebound is shot, and that one goes over the glass and into the crowd.
I really like Buchanan out there. He kind of seems out of place for Philadelphia's offense, though. Most of them are 6 foot plus, and he's probably 5'9", 5'10". So he really brings a lot of energy to Philadelphia's offense. He's got a real good shot, but he kind of seems out of place on that big offense that Philly has.
Yeah, he's played great this season. 52 or 48 points coming into the game, and that's a career high. The second-year pro. Played for Washington last year. He had 22 points this year. He's already more than doubled his career production. The Wings now with the ball in the Rochester zone. Fed down low to Buchanan, who gives it to Saunders. Now in the high slot to Ward. Fires it over on the right wing side. Jordan Hall one-hands it in front of the net. That's tapped to the near boards where it's grabbed by Crawley. 6 seconds left on the shot clock, and he gets that one-handed shot. It goes wide of the net. A wraparound opportunity from behind the net, but it does not beat the shot clock.
Well, it looks like Rochester's offense definitely doing a real good job to get out on the shooters of Philadelphia. Crawley and Hall, they're really shutting them down there and really frustrating them.
Jamison in front to Paulus, the shot, and that one is fired over the top of the net. And here come the Wings in transition as White got it over to Merrill. Merrill's got to come back to pick it up. Gives it over to Koleski. Waiting for some help off the bench, and he gets it in the form of Jordan Hall. Merrill over to Saunders, or check that. Garrett Thule now to Buchanan, the shot, and that is blocked and swatted away by Ian Lord. Now McCready picks it up, feeds it up top. Now the shot, and that one goes wide of the net as Dylan Evans let it go. Penalty upcoming. Now Vitarelli lets it go, and that one goes into the Rochester bench. And Philadelphia will be heading off again, and Rochester will be going on the man advantage as Dylan Evans took a shot from behind as he was letting that one go. And 4:41 to go. We're knotted up at 4. We'll be back. Welcome back to Rochester, New York, where we are tied up 4-4, the Wings and the Knighthawks. Rochester 1-0 against Philly this year. Jamison over to Keogh, now down low to Dawson up top. Paulus fed in front, Vitarelli the shot. He is stopped by Kirk.
Corey Vitarelli's I think he's getting a little bit frustrated there. I think that's his 5th opportunity on top of Evan Kirk, and Evan Kirk seems to have his number tonight.
And Merrill let that one go, and Matt Vince made the save. And the rebound is grabbed and brought back into the wing zone. As Mike Kirk will flip it to Jamison. Gives it to Paulus. Back up top to Jamison, left wing to Keogh as they work the ball around. Jamison up top over to Keogh. Keogh looking. Now to Dawson. Dawson in front to Vitarelli, shoots and scores. Corey Vitarelli at 5-4.
That was just a real nice play there by Rochester's power play. They moved the ball real quick, got Philadelphia D moving, kind of spread them out. Corey Vitarelli catches the ball on top of the crease like he has been most of the game. And I guess if you throw enough balls at the net, eventually they're gonna start going in. And that was just a real nice goal there by Corey Vitarelli.
So Corey Vitarelli with his 8th goal of the season, and Rochester with 3 power play goals tonight. Crawley on the near boards. Defended there by Sid Smith, who knocks it away. Crawley loses it again. Battling for it on the near boards. Vince coming out to play it. Koleski going after it. He takes a big hit, and it's knocked off the ball by John Sullivan, who kicks at it. Ian Lord in there as well, and they're going to call Rochester for a push.
Yeah, they're defensively, Rochester's definitely playing real aggressive, and it's it's plays like that it really shows that their defense is working real hard, trying to keep Philadelphia off the board. And when you're working hard, you're gonna get calls like that against you, and that's something that I think Rochester D just got to keep working, keep battling.
And Ward will give it over on the right wing side as that was just kept in. Now in on goal is Hall. The shot, he scores. Jordan Hall was one-on-one with Matt Vince, and he ties it at 5. 12-18, the time of the goal.
And Jordan Hall just beat his man defensively there. And you know what? You give Jordan Hall time and space and an opportunity to drive the net, he's going to put the ball in every time. And that was just a real nice shot there by Jordan Hall. And Matt Vince really, you know what? He didn't have much of a chance when Jordan Hall's on top of you and nobody's really contesting him. He's gonna shoot the ball real well and put it in the net.
That's his second goal of the game. And the Wings have tied things back up after a 4-0 Rochester run. Brody Merrill has it, right wing, backing his way in, feeds it up top. The shot by Saunders, and that one is blocked in front of the net by Scott Self. Self now will cause the turnover on the near boards as a shot clock violation, and Rochester will scoop it up. So not only did he block the shot, but then he kept it away from the Wings forwards to force the shot clock violation. Dawson near side to Walters as Rochester's offense going to work. Fired over to McCready, left wing side Dawson. Dawson's pass to Walters is intercepted, and here they go down the other way. In on goal is Joe White, the shot, and that one is denied by Matt Vince.
Wow, did Joel White ever get down that floor quick? Wow, he took off and he was carrying the ball or carrying the stick with one hand, and he was like a 50-yard dash. Wow, that was fast.
Keogh now the other end, the shot, and a left arm save by Evan Kirk. Jamison picks it up. Looking in front, gives it to Paulus, the shot he just missed. Vitarelli swoops in backside. He causes a turnover. Paulus gives it to Vitarelli. Now up top to Dawson. And Dawson now will wait for some help by Stephen Keogh, who sets the pick. Now Jamison in the high slot. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and he fires that over the top of the net. And a shot clock violation, and Costabile will run it out ahead, the product of Duke University. Will feed it over to Garrett Thule, the all-time leading scorer in Army history. Thule barges his way in on goal and gets the shot off and just misses wide. Ward feeds it over right wing side, and that one misses the mark. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And Brad Self was knocked down. And an illegal pick call. It'll be Rochester's ball when we come back. We're tied at 5, 27 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network. Keogh left wing side, the shot that goes wide of the net. 3 seconds left. Grabbed off the near boards, and Manley is going to kill off the final time here in the first half of play. The pushing and shoving there as the whistle sounds the end the first half. And both teams separated, and they will head off. 5-5 is our score. Rochester scores 4 of the last 5 goals to even this game up. 5-5. We'll be back on the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
Colorado needs to get on the board pretty quickly, does it not? Or prevent Stephen Keogh from doing just that. That's his fourth, Rochester's sixth.
Now Dixon frees up. Dixon with the swim move. Dixon now double team. Hanging on. Tries to get by both players. Does. Dixon to the net. He scores! Curtis Dixon, what a goal that should seal it.
Shot away, LeBlanc. Down goal! Great broken play, finished by Casey Beard.
First one was clearly a ceremonious one, if you will. Was that Wilson Westerveld with the goal right there?
There's the pass, and there's the save that sets the record. Mike Poland, the all-time leader for the Roughnecks, now surpassing Calgary.
Look, that was a true air game. Measure the air time that McLeod got to make that one go in.
Now a penalty and a goal. Stephen Keogh's fifth, and what an effort from Stephen Keogh.
Again, Melvin has it at the top. Now they switch things up. There's a pass to Slaughter. He scores! Curtis Dixon with the first quarter hat trick, and that is a nice goal. 5-0 Calgary. For space. Nice pass across to Dobie. Dobie behind the back scores! Dane Dobie with the hat trick goal, and it's another pretty one. Calgary's got 10.
Still a spring in the step of Casey Powell, who celebrated his 38th birthday a couple weeks ago, and Colorado's within 2.
Don't look down, Josh Gross. Nice behind-the-back shot by Casey Powell. You thought it was safe to just check the number for a second, and Powell launches it over his shoulder, and it high.
Welcome to NLL Halftime. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Walls of the Lacrosse Network. We'll get you back to your game in just a few minutes. Right now, let's get you caught up on last week's action and highlights as we go into Week 11 of the 2014 NLL season. Week 10 games had a little bit of everything for an NLL fan. Lots of scoring, high drama, and nifty stick work. Tensions were high Friday night at Rexall Place as the Edmonton Rush attempted to become the first team to go 8-0 in the NLL since the Buffalo Bandits did so in 1993. Toronto's Josh Sanderson got a sidearm goal early in the fourth quarter to give the Rock a 7-6 lead. However, Edmonton regained the lead with a 3-goal run, capped off by goals by Jeremy Thompson and the second of the night by Rookie of the Year candidate Riley Lowen. Edmonton wouldn't relinquish that lead as they held on to win 11-10. The following night, Toronto got a double dose of Alberta, visiting the Calgary Roughnecks. It was all Calgary in the first quarter, as goals by Dane Dobie and 4 by Curtis Dixon gave Calgary a 7-0 lead after one quarter. Toronto would rally back thanks to a 5-goal effort by Stephen LeBlanc. However, Mike Poulin's 48 saves and Curtis Dixon's sock trick proved to be too much for Toronto as they fell to Calgary 19-13. Finally, on Saturday night, it was Casey Powell and the Colorado Mammoth showing some stick work off as they welcomed the Rochester Knighthawks to the Loud House. Stephen Keogh made himself feel very welcome. 5 first-half goals for Keogh, including this big diving goal, propelled Rochester to a 7-2 lead at the half. Drew Westerveld's hat trick would keep it close for the Mammoth, but in the end, it was too much Keogh and too much Rochester as they defeat Colorado 11-9. With Week 10 in the rearview mirror, let's take a look at the standings as we head into Week 11. First in the NLL Eastern Division, Buffalo holds on to first place despite being off the last few weeks with a record of 6-2 as they host the Minnesota Swarm this Saturday night at the First Niagara Center. Rochester now moves within a half game of first place with a record of 6-3. However, the big story is Toronto in third place with a record of 4-6. After getting swept this past week against Calgary and Edmonton, the door has been left wide open now for the teams looking on the outside of the playoffs. Philadelphia at fourth place with a record of 3-7 and Minnesota in last with a record of 2-7. With only the top 3 teams from each division making the playoffs, it's still anybody's race. The same can also be said in the NLL Western Division. Edmonton still sits on top of the division with a perfect 8-0 record. Back in action this Saturday night at Rexall Place against the Vancouver Stealth. Calgary plays at Colorado on Saturday night, sitting comfortably in second place with a record of 6-3, just 2.5 games back of first. The real story is between Colorado and Vancouver in that battle for third place. Colorado enters Week 11 play with a record of 4-7, and they remain half a game ahead of Vancouver, who sits in the cellar at 3-7, 6 games back at first. However, Vancouver faces a colossal challenge this upcoming Saturday as they go up to Rexall Place to play the undefeated Edmonton Rush. With Colorado and Vancouver splitting their season series, every game for both of these teams is extremely crucial. And while Vancouver faces a monumental challenge this Saturday, there's one thing we've learned from this 2014 NLL season, it's that anything is possible. That does it for this edition of NLL Halftime. Thanks for watching. Hey, make sure to take to Twitter and let everyone know how your team is doing at the half. We'll get you back to your game in just a moment. This is the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Colorado needs to get on the board pretty quickly, does it not? Or prevent Stephen Keogh from doing just that. That's his fourth, Rochester sixth.
Now Dixon trees up. Dixon with the swim move. Dixon now double team. Hanging on. Tries to get by both players. Does. Dixon to the net. He scores! Curtis Dixon, what a goal that should seal it.
Down goal! Great broken play, finished by Casey Beard.
First one was clearly a ceremonious one, if you will. John Green, there's that Westerveld with the goal right there.
There's the pass, and there's the save that sets the record. Mike Poland, the all-time leader for the Roughnecks, now surpassing Calgary.
Look, that was a true air game. Measure the air time that McLeod got to make that one go in.
Now a penalty and a goal. Stephen Keogh's fifth, and what an effort from Stephen Keogh.
Now they switch things up. There's a pass to Slaughter. He scores! Curtis Dixon with the first quarter hat trick, and that is a nice goal. 5-0 Calgary. Space. Nice pass across to Doby. Doby behind the back scores! Jay Doby with the hat trick goal, and it's another pretty one. Calgary's got 10.
Phyllis bringing the step of Casey Powell, who celebrated his 38th birthday a couple weeks ago, and Colorado's within 2.
Don't look down, Josh Gross. Nice behind the back shot by Casey Powell. You thought it was safe to just check the number for a second. Powell launches it over his shoulder and it high.
Colorado needs to get on the board pretty quickly, does it not? Or prevent Stephen Keogh from doing just that. That's his fourth, Rochester sixth.
Now Dixon trees up. Dixon with the swim move. Dixon now double team. Hanging on. Tries to get by both players. Does. Dixon to the net. He scores! Curtis Dixon, what a goal that should seal it.
Down goal! Great broken play, finished by Casey Beard.
First one was clearly a ceremonious one, if you will. John Green, there's that Westerveld with the goal right there.
There's the pass, and there's the save that sets the record. Mike Poland, the all-time leader for the Roughnecks, now surpassing Calgary.
Look, that was a true air game. Measure the airtime that McLeod got to make that one go in.
Now a penalty and a goal. Stephen Keogh's fifth, and what an effort from Stephen Keogh.
Again, Belton has at the top. Now they switch things up. There's a pass to Slaughter. He scores! Curtis Dixon with the first quarter hat trick, and that is a nice goal. 5-0 Calgary. First base. Nice pass across to Doby. Doby behind the back scores! Dave Doby with the hat trick goal, and it's another pretty one. Calgary's got 10.
Still a spring in the step of Casey Powell, who celebrated his 38th birthday a couple weeks ago, and Colorado's within 2.
Don't look down, Josh Gross. Nice behind the back shot by Casey Powell. You thought it was safe to just check the number for a second. Powell launches it over his shoulder and it high.
Colorado needs to get on the board pretty quickly, does it not? Or prevent Stephen Keogh from doing just that. That's his fourth, Rochester sixth.
Now Dixon frees up. Dixon with the swim move. Dixon now double team. Hanging on. Tries to get by both players. Does. Dixon to the net. He scores! Curtis Dixon, what a goal that should seal it.
Down goal! Great broken play, finished by Casey Pierce.
First one was clearly a ceremonious one, if you will. Crown Jandre, was that Westerveld with the goal right there.
There's the pass, and there's the save that sets the record. Mike Poland, the all-time leader for the Roughnecks, now surpassing Calgary.
Look, that was a true air game. Measure the airtime that McLeod got to make that one go in.
Now a penalty and a goal. Stephen Keogh's fifth, and what an effort from Stephen Keogh.
Now they switch things up. There's a pass to Slaughter. He scores! Curtis Dixon with the first quarter hat trick, and that is a nice goal. 5-0 Calgary. First base. Nice pass across to Doby. Doby behind the back scores! Dave Doby with the hat trick goal, and it's another pretty one. Calgary's got 10.
Still a spring in the step of Casey Powell, who celebrated his 38th birthday a couple weeks ago, and Colorado's within 2.
Don't look down, Josh Gross. Nice behind the back shot by Casey Powell. You thought it was safe to just check the number for a second. Powell launches it over his shoulder and it high.
Colorado needs to get on the board pretty quickly, does it not? Or prevent Stephen Keogh from doing just that. That's his fourth, Rochester sixth.
Now Dixon frees up. Dixon with the swim move. Dixon now double team. Hanging on. Tries to get by both players. Does. Dixon to the net. He scores! Curtis Dixon, what a goal that should seal it.
Down goal! Great broken play, finished by Casey Pierce.
First one was clearly a ceremonious one, if you will. Crown Jandre, was that Westerveld with the goal right there.
There's the pass, and the save that sets the record. Mike Poland, the all-time leader for the Roughnecks now, surpassing Counter.
Look, that was a true hair ace.
Already this season. They had a 1-goal lead as Vitarelli scored on the power play, but then a late goal by Jordan Hall, the former Nighthawk. Tied things up at 5. Shots 19-16 in favor of the homeboys in white. And Dylan Evans will take the face-off, number 16, against CJ Costabile. He will forever live in Duke University lacrosse lore after his overtime game winner to take down Notre Dame in the NCAA championship game, and that seems like ages ago.
Was that with a long pole?
Yes.
Yes, off the face-off.
You got it.
I was seeing it.
And that one's flipped in front of the Rochester bench, and Brad Self will swat it back to Mike Kirk, who gives it now to Sid Smith. Feeds it over, and that looks like Stephen Keogh is wearing a blood jersey. He's wearing 56. Gives it over now to McCready, who fires it over to Jamison in front, the shot, and a right arm save as Dan Dawson broke in, but Evan Kirk with the stop. Keogh gives it over to Jamison. Jamison looking, has a lane, the shot. He shot that one underhand, and Kirk made the stop. Across midfield come the wings as Manny gives it over on the far boards to Buchanan. Flip pass up top to Ryan Ward, who gives it to Thule. Thule against Dawson, and that shot hits the crossbar, goes way up into the... And ball never came down.
Thule's got a rocket. He is a big man with a big, heavy shot.
It's probably stuck in the ceiling or in one of the in one of the steel beams. Fed behind the net, and the wraparound attempt is dropped behind the net, and then it's in and out of the stick. And that one goes over the glass and into the crowd. As that squirted free from Buchanan. Now Rochester. Joe Walters has it on the far boards. Feeds it in front to a breaking Vitarelli, shoots and scores! Corey Vitarelli, it's 6-5.
That was just a real nice two-man play there by Joe Walters and Corey Vitarelli. You know, Joe Walters sprung Corey Vitarelli free there with a nice little pick on the Philadelphia defender. And again, Corey Vitarelli on top of the net with an opportunity to put the ball in, and he finds a spot behind Evan Kirk there.
That is his second goal of the game, as Evans will feed it over to Kirk, who will fire it on head to number 56, and that is Stephen Keogh. You can just tell by the way that he plays. You don't need to know the number on the back.
No, absolutely. He's rough, tough. He seems to be driving on the Philadelphia's defenders and almost knocking them to the turf.
Fired across midfield as the Wings looking to tie things up. They trail by 1. Passed over now on the right wing side to Saunders, who will sling it over on the left wing side to Koluski, who gave it to Kevin Crawley, working his way in on goal. Fights off a check by Lord. Now to Ward, the shot, and that rebound is battled for, and diving for it was Ian Lord, but it's picked up by Crawley, who gave it over on the left wing. Now to Thule, the low shot, and that is denied as Matt Vince got a stick on it to swat it away. Campbell trying to clear his own zone against Crawley, who fires it across midfield. It's picked off. 2-on-1 break. Stephen Hoare shoots, and it goes over the top of the net. And that pass is grabbed by McCready, and he'll give it over now to his right to Walters. Fed over now to Dan Dawson as he took that pass from Brad Self. Now to McCready, left wing. In the slot, pulls the trigger, and that one is denied by Kirk. Fed ahead now as Mike Manley, who went to Penn Yan High School, coached by Brian Hobart, who's a scout here for the Nighthawks. Over to Saunders, and the quick one-timer is denied by a sliding stop by Matt Vince.
That was a real nice two-pad slide there by Matt Vince, almost like a hockey goal. He went down with a nice two-pad, stacked the pads, and made a real nice save there on Saunders.
grew up a Montreal Canadian fan, a Patrick Waugh fan in his younger years, growing up in St. Catharines. Jamieson shoved to the outside, now to Keogh. Left wing Dawson. Has it in the slot. Dawson looking, gets a shot off, and that high one is denied by Kirk. The rebound grab by Merrill. He's got Hall breaking, hits him in stride in on goal. He shoots and scores. And Jordan Hall ties it up at 6. That's his third of the game.
Wow, Jordan Hall's speed there. He had that breakaway speed there, and Brody Merrill made him a nice lead pass there, and all he had to do was catch it and put it in the net, and that's something Jordan Hall does real well.
6-6 as Merrill to Jordan Hall, and you would never know it, but Jordan Hall and Matt Vince are the best of friends.
Yeah, I think,
off the floor.
I think there'll be some a little bit of jostling going on with words there, back and forth between the two of them, and I think every time Jordan Hall puts a ball in it, he says something to Vince.
And that one hits the post as Crawley let it go from the left wing, and Evan Kirk out of his net to play it on ahead. He feeds it across midfield to Crawley. Crawley trying to get away from Ian Lord. He'll feed it up top to Ward. Right wing Saunders. Saunders gets away from Evans, and that shot is blocked by Scott Self. And the ball is scooped up now by Ian Lord. You got to really respect someone that gets in front of a shot, especially it being a lacrosse ball.
Yeah, exactly. And Ian Lord does that well. He's gets in the way of gets in shooting lanes of guys, and that makes for a real good defender.
McCready, right wing Walters. Walters around one. The shot, he scores! A new single season best for Joe Walters. It's his 10th of the year, and it's 7-6.
That was a real nice goal there by Joe Walters. He beat his man one-on-one, got topside, took a real nice sidearm there that went. He actually shot it back to where he came from, and that was a real nice shot by Joe Walters. He's shooting the ball real well this year. He seems to be in real good shape. He's got that first step. He's probably one of the fastest guys on the team. He doesn't seem to look like it, but his first step is fast, and it beats a lot of guys one-on-one, and drives to the net and shoots the ball real well.
9:53 to go. Rochester in the lead once again by 1, 7-6. We'll be back on the Knighthawks Broadcast Network. Welcome back to live action as Dan Dawson over to McCready, the two firefighters feeding the ball over to one another. 2 of 4 on this Knighthawks team. And that shot is knocked down as Keogh let it go, and Dawson scoops it up. Now to McCready, over right wing side to Jamieson, fed in front, and over the top of the net is the shot by Vitarelli. Across midfield Comes Manley. Now to Koluski. Koluski with it on the left wing side. 14th season, over 800 career points for Tracy Koluski.
Yeah, he's one of those veteran guys that he's real fierce, and he thinks the game real well. So he's got great vision out on the floor, and he's kind of like a leader out there on offense, and kind of shows guys where to go and what to do. So that's a big help. It's almost like having a coach on the floor.
Scott Self across midfield, and that's an 8-second violation. And the Wings now with possession as Costabile grabbed that one-handed out of the air, feeds it to Buchanan. Buchanan against Joe Walters. Now gives it to Crawley. Crawley to Saunders. Left wing Buchanan trying to get underneath. Spins around, and that one right into the midsection of Matt Vince, who grabs the rebound. And he'll give it over now to Dylan Evans. Quickly to Brad Self into the wing zone. Fires it left wing side to Dan Dawson. Dawson waiting for Joel McCready. And the pass is taken across the floor by Walters. Walters right wing side. Paulus trying to give him some running room, and that low shot is denied by Kirk. And it's scooped up by Johnny Paulus. Paulus to Walters. Now to Dawson. On the left wing, now on the near boards to McCready. In the slot. Gives it over now on the right wing. It's fed over quickly to Dawson as he took the feed from Paulus. In front, McCready shoots and scores! Joel McCready from Dan Dawson. It's 8-6.
It seems like Rochester's offense here is really starting to click. They're starting to move the ball real well. Lots of good two-man game there. That's how that goal was there. Joel McCready, again, one of those guys that's doing everything out there. He's getting loose balls. He's working real hard, setting picks, and that's how he gets rewarded with a real nice goal there. He just went up, set a pick on Dan Dawson's guy, rolled to the net. Dan made a nice pass to Joel McCready to put the ball in the net.
Big battle ensues for the loose ball in front of the Rochester bench, and a penalty coming up to the Knighthawks as they're still battling for it. Nearly everyone on the turf, with the exception of the goalies, is in there. And everybody grabbing a partner. 7:20 to go here in the third. Rochester with a 2-goal lead. And we'll see who's going to be handed penalties, as it appears to be Sullivan of Rochester.
It was a real good battle in front of the Rochester bench there. There was lots of swinging, lots of whacking going on down there. And it didn't seem like anybody wanted to pick up the ball there. I think it was just a matter of who was going to get the last whack in without getting a penalty. And it looked like John Sullivan's the odd man out.
So Sullivan picks up the penalty with 7:20 to go here in the third, and Philadelphia 1-for-1 on the man advantage tonight. Cross-checking, illegal cross-check the penalty by Sullivan, as Ward gives it to Hall, to Saunders, right wing, now left wing, Crawley the shot, and that was deflected wide of the net by Paul Dawson. Ward gives it over to Crawley, back up top to Ryan Ward, the low shot, kick save, and that one goes out of play.
Yeah, that was a real nice save there by Matt Vince, and he seems to be seeing the ball real well right now. I think his defense is giving him an opportunity to see the ball a lot better than he did in the first half.
Ward to Hall, back up top to Ward. Crawley runs into Kirk. He's got to give it over to Ward, who passes now to Hall. His pass is picked out of the air by Scott Self, who gives it to Mike Kirk. He had Keogh breaking toward the net, and Kirk is going to hang on to it. Gave it over to Stephen Keogh. Now Jamieson and Vitarelli will join Dawson and Jamieson. The shorthanded unit out there for Rochester. 6:20 to go, and Keogh has it. Bulling his way in on goal, dragged down into the crease, and a crease violation. Stephen Keogh not afraid to do the dirty work in front of the net. And just 48 seconds remaining on the Philadelphia man advantage. Crawley to Ward in the high slot. As Ward now will give it down low. After he fed it over to Hall, now left wing side to Ward, hits Hall in the high slot, the shot, and Vince stands tall and makes the save. Matt Vince over to Scott Self, who will fire it over now to Mike Kirk. We'll give it over now to Jamison. Cody Jamison has it on the far boards. 15 seconds remaining on the Philadelphia man advantage. And if they kill off the shot clock, it's exactly the same time showing on the penalty. Fed in front, one-handed into Dawson. He shoots and he hits the post. Great catch, spin and shoot by Dan Dawson. And Rochester now back at even strength.
That was a real good kill there by the Rochester Knighthawks to keep Philadelphia off the board. And that's a real timely kill too. With 5 minutes to go here in the quarter, to be up by 2, that's a real timely kill for the Rochester Knighthawks.
Fed over now to Jordan Hall. Gives it left wing side. The shot that's denied as Buchanan let it go. Buchanan picks that one up, ducking by his defender, that's Campbell. Now to Crawley, to Thule. Face dodge, shoots and scores. Garrett Thule makes it 8-7.
That's real unfortunate. After coming off a real nice penalty kill there, I'm not sure if the defense for Rochester was a little tired there or what went on there. It almost seemed like they were standing flat-footed, and you got a big guy like that driving the net, and you're standing flat-footed. The ball's going to go in the net more often than not, and I think that's a case of guys just watching a big man drive towards them and not reacting to it.
So Garrett Thule chips down the Rochester lead down to 1. That's his 12th goal of the year for the rookie. That one bounces around, and it's picked up by Matt Vince, who's held up from behind by Koleski, and it's lofted on ahead. Now to Brad Self. Gets away from Crawley. 3-on-2 break if they can hurry. And Brad Self will fire it up top to Johnny Paulus, who will settle it on the right wing side. Paulus to Keogh on the near boards to McCready. McCready in the slot looking, shoots, and Kirk makes the save. So Evan Kirk, who was acquired in the offseason, a total overhaul of the Philadelphia Wings roster in the offseason. That shot goes wide of the net by Crawley. He's one of the few returning players, along with Jordan Hall, who can't keep it in. And over and back violation. 3:40 to go here in the third. Rochester in the lead, 8-7. We'll be back on the Knighthawks Broadcast Network. Welcome back to live action. 8-7, Rochester in the lead. And they will have the ball as Joe Walters, 6th-year pro. Hometown boy. It's got Keogh, Jamison, Dawson out there with him, along with Johnny Paulus. And Rochester now setting things up as Keogh takes the feed. Keogh trying to get underneath, and an illegal pick call, and Philadelphia will push it up the floor quickly. Brody Merrill leading the charge. Pressured there by Mike Kirk. Merrill gives it to Hall on the right wing. Fires it across. And Sweeney's got to track it down on the left wing side with 3:10 remaining, and the Wings down by 1. Walters on Ward, who gives it to Merrill. Merrill fires it up top, just getting away from the pressure of Saunders, and that's blocked by Brad Self. And Rochester will take over on the shot clock violation. Fed to a cutting Vitarelli, and Vitarelli is pushed to the outside by Ranigan. He'll pass it up top. McCready fakes the pass to Jamison. McCready from the left wing side has it in the high slot, gives it to Jamison, 6th in the league in points. His pass bounces in front of the net as Vitarelli went after it, but Evan Kirk was able to get to it first, and he'll fire it on ahead to Buchanan. He lost the handle on it. Swatted at and scooped off the carpet by Jamison. What a great play to take it away.
And I think Buchanan there was a little scared on the 8 seconds, so he seemed to be, I think he wanted to toss it over the center line just so he wouldn't get called, and Rochester ended up picking up the ball anyways.
Jamison's shot is knocked down. He goes back to retrieve it. Fires it over on the far boards to Walters. In the slot, the shot, and that's ripped wide of the net. Grabbed on the left wing to Keogh, now to Walters. 2 seconds to work with the shot, and that goes wide of the net. And a shot clock violation. And the Wings will take over with 1:45 to go. And Kevin Crawley, who came in with a 10-game goal-scoring streak, he's extended that to 11. And Crawley trying to get away from Campbell. Ducks by 1, the shot, and that's denied by Vince. Another shot, and Matt Vince makes the save.
Wow, Kevin Crawley made a real nice move there. I think he ducked and dived in between 3 guys, and he got a real good opportunity to score there.
And Vitarelli got the shot off, now trying to fight off 2 defenders, still digging for it. Vitarelli comes away with it. Now he's knocked off the ball. Keogh in there, drawing the double team. He's working hard on the turf. Keogh still with the ball. Penalty upcoming to Philadelphia, taking on 4 Wings, and it's finally taken away. .56 seconds to go, and Stephen Keogh and Corey Vitarelli.
That was unbelievable by Stephen Keogh. He literally had 4 Philadelphia Wings on his back, in his face, and he still ended up picking up the ball out of that and getting an opportunity to put the ball in the net. So that's a great individual effort by Stephen Keogh, and that's a guy that's definitely added to Rochester's offense. Add a little grit, add a little jam to their offense. So good for Stephen Keogh.
Jamison in the slot on the power play. The shot save. And Kirk will pick it on up. Keogh is there to pressure the pass, and the bounce pass taken by Brett Manny, who gets away. And an 8-second call, and the shot clock I don't think ever moves, so Blaine Harrison, that's what he was arguing. Now Keogh gives it to Dawson. Dawson over on the right wing, gets it right back. Dawson, McCready. Down low to Keogh, the shot, and Kirk made the save. It was in his feet. I don't know if he ever saw the shot, but when he looked down, it was lying there in the crease. 8-7 is our score. Rochester will still be on the man advantage when we come back. We head to the 4th quarter, 1-goal game. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network. And here we go, the fourth quarter about to begin. Campbell going after the loose ball and in to scoop it up as the leading loose ball man on the Knighthawks, Brad Self, and he'll give it to Dan Dawson. Power play with still 50 seconds to work with. Jamison gives it down low as it's fed Paulus. Jamison, Dawson, back to Jamison. Jamison has it on the right wing side, and that one goes wide of the net. And it goes over the far glass and into the crowd, and Philadelphia will take over as Brody Merrill will feed it over on the right wing side. 23 seconds remaining in the power play. And Rochester trying to take the ball away. Crawley drawing two defenders, fed over to Thule, the shot, and who else to block that shot? Ian Lord.
Yeah, I don't think Ian Lord even tried to block that shot. He's standing in front of Matt Vince with his back to him. I think he was trying to get out of Vince's way, but you know what? He took another one for the team, which is good. It'd be interesting to see how many block shots he has. And Cody Jamison again does what he does best. They give him an opportunity to shoot the ball, and he puts the ball in behind Evan Kirk. And I think it was exactly the same spot that he put his last shot. So that was a real nice goal there by Cody Jamison. And it was real simple. They just got the ball down the floor real quick, and Cody Jamison does what he does best.
Cody Jamison with his third goal of the game as he fires this one over the left shoulder of Evan Kirk. And Rochester has matched their biggest lead. It's now 9-7. And the Knighthawks looking for more as it's fed in front to Johnny Paulus, who scoops it up and gives it on the near boards to Joe Walters. Gets it back from Jamison. Walters trying to get underneath it on goal. The shot, and that one goes wide of the net as he was guarded there by Manley. And Mike Manley will feed it on ahead as they take it into Rochester territory. As Costabile will give it to Thule. For Cody Jamison, that is his fourth hat trick of the season. And he gives the Knighthawks a 9-7 advantage. Koluski over to Thule, the shot off the right arm of Matt Vince. Rebound, grabbed by Buchanan. Defended there by Scott Campbell, gives it up the near boards to Crawley. Across now on the right wing side. Bounce pass to Crawley, and that shot's deflected wide of the net. I think Ian Lord got another piece of a shot. And Rochester, Scott Campbell, who Paul Day said he is great, he can play offense, he can play defense, and sometimes we need to give the offensive players a rest. Scott Campbell will go out there and give us some quality minutes.
Yeah, he's one of those utility guys. I think he's the Brody Merrill of Rochester, and he's one of those guys that definitely adds to both ends of the floor. And you know what, he's been pretty quiet in the fighting section part of the game over the last couple of years. But you know what, Scott Campbell's one of those guys that's not afraid to mix it up either.
And Stephen Hoare will pull it up top, give it to Crawley. We'll fire it over now on the right wing side. Jordan Hall's got 3 already tonight. Over to Ryan Ward on the left wing. Fed behind the net. Koluski trying to shake off a Rochester defender. Gets the shot off right into the stick of Scott Self, but he can't avoid stepping into the crease, and Rochester will have to stay out there defensively as Philadelphia causes the turnover. Crawley from the left wing. Kevin Crawley in on goal, and that pass is knocked down in front. Koluski digging for it. Brad Self had it momentarily. Now backing him up is Mike Kirk. He has it taken away, and Garrett Thule comes away with it. Thule feeds it left wing Buchanan down the near boards. Now brought up in the high slot by Koluski, and he'll give it off on the right wing as Hall fed it to Buchanan. Back to Hall on the right wing. Giving a Koluski in front. The shot, Buchanan scores. And Buchanan makes it a 1-goal game.
That was a great job by the Philadelphia Wings offense there. You know, they're battling and getting loose balls, and Tracy Koluski made a real nice pass to Buchanan, who was wide open in front of the net. I don't know how a guy like that gets wide open in front of the net and has an opportunity to shoot the ball, and he's still standing after he shoots the ball. So I think that's something that Rochester really has to adjust on. He's a slippery guy, and he's real smart. Gets to areas where he can catch the ball and be able to shoot it. So that was a real nice goal there by Philadelphia.
And Rochester has challenged the goal, as it appeared that one of the Wings forwards was lying in the crease. Buchanan definitely wasn't in the crease, but there's a forward lying there to his left. So that's what they're going to take a look at. The crew chief, Robert Hollinsworth, is joined tonight by Kevin Biggs and the shot clock operator, Robert Gross. As we take a look, those of you who are watching on the Lacrosse Network, it's tough to see who that is. You can see backside, there's a Wings forward with his right arm in the crease, and we'll see if this is going to be taken off the board. No goal. And Mike Hazen is getting pretty good at these challenges. 2 for 2 in the win at Colorado.
I don't think he's lost the challenge this year. Honestly, I think he's always right. Coach Hazen is always right. I'm sure we don't want to be saying that out loud too much, but
he's going to cut that clip out and put it on his phone.
Yeah. Well, it takes everybody to be a part of the team, and you know what? If Coach Hazen needs to win a couple challenges here and there to take a couple goals off the board, then Coach Hazen's going to do it.
So Rochester still with a 2-goal lead, and Joe Walters leading the rush. Over to Jamison. Jamison in on goal, he scores! Cody Jamison makes it 10-7.
Great individual effort by Cody Jamison again. I think he's taken upon himself here to really get the Rochester's offense going. He definitely drove the net real hard, and it looks like we got a challenge flag going out. And I don't know. I haven't really seen the replay there, but I think it was real close and real tight on the how close he was to the crease.
So just 13 seconds after the goal is wiped out for Philadelphia, Blaine Harrison, the head coach of the Philadelphia Wings, challenges a Rochester goal. So we'll see if we have 2 reversals in 13 seconds, as they are going to take a look at the goal by Jamison, who beat Wiedmeyer. And that is going to be a good goal. Cody Jamison elevates. It looks like that left foot, he just springs into action, and he beats Evan Kirk over his left shoulder, which has been the spot tonight for Cody Jamison.
Yeah, I think he shot 3 or 4 shots there tonight, and every time it's gone in. So that was a real nice goal there by Cody Jamison. Great individual effort, and you know what? He's taken it upon himself to get this offense going for Rochester. They're putting up numbers again in the fourth quarter. So that's a great thing for the Rochester Knighthawks moving forward this game.
Jamison with 4 goals. That is 1 shy of tying his career high in a game. Tapped ahead off the face-off by Campbell. Kicked at, and Campbell going after it, and it's corralled by Evan Kirk. He'll feed it on ahead to Buchanan. Across midfield, Saunders sets the pick, feeds it over. Koluski, low shot, and that one trickles wide of the net after Vince got the left pad on it. 4 Knighthawks converge on the ball. Against 2 Wings, it's flipped up into the air, and it rolls right into the crease to Matt Vince. He gives it on ahead, and Garrett Thule takes that one away. Has it behind the net. Thule with the wraparound attempt, and Vince will make the save. And here we go, Tracy Koluski, I think that's John Sullivan, are tied up in front of the net.
John Sullivan's been playing a real aggressive game tonight. He's, it seems like he's playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and that's something that
9:57 to go. Rochester in the lead 10-7. Joe Walters, who has 4 points tonight, will take it into the wing zone. Gets it over to Dawson. 994 career points for number 6 in white. Over to Keogh. Keogh looks, shoots, and bounces that one wide of the net. Grabbed off the end boards by Joel White. And the former Nighthawk lofts it across midfield into the stick of Brody Merrill. Merrill shoves off a check by Scott Campbell. And he'll feed it over now on the far boards. The Wings now setting up their offense. Campbell against Jordan Hall, and a penalty coming up to Campbell as Jordan Hall heading off as he lost his helmet. And Ryan Ward will feed it to Crawley. Up top to Ward, feeds it to Merrill in the slot. Crawley shoots and scores. And Kevin Crawley, who broke through the middle, beats Matt Vince. It's 10-8.
Yeah, that was just a 6-on-5 player there, real simple, and obviously they're, obviously up a man, and that leaves a man available to put the ball in the net. And Crawley just, he just basically cut through the middle unchecked, and Brody Merrill made a nice pass to Crawley, who put it in the net.
So 9:07 to go. It's a 2-goal lead as the shots are even 35 apiece. And Ian Lord and Tracy Koluski, they've had some one-on-one battles tonight, and they're both heading to the penalty box.
Yeah, there's been some good jarring going on between the two of them, and finally the referee Hollingsworth sent him off to the sin bin for 2 minutes.
So assisting on the goals, Merrill and Ward at 5:53. And Costabile will give it over to Garrett Thule. Fires it to Jordan Hall. Hall backpedaling, has it on the far boards, now gives it to Crawley. Crawley with 2 goals and an assist tonight, backing his way in is Hall. His pass taken up top by Ward. Left wing side to Kevin Crawley, looking, swim dodge, in on goal, shot over the top of the net. Grab behind the net, Sullivan with a big hit behind the net, knocks the ball away, and the Nighthawks will come away with it.
John Sullivan again, outplayed with a little bit of an edge and kind of eliminating Jordan Hall from the play there. So almost eliminated him from the arena there too. But he's playing real well back there on the D.
10-year pro out of St. Catharines, his second season, first full season with the Nighthawks, acquired from Colorado. Fed in front, the shot, he scores! Johnny Paulus from Dan Dawson. It's 11-8.
And Johnny Paulus there, just driving through the middle, trying to find time and space so Dan Dawson can give a nice pass as he cut through the middle. And that was a real nice goal there by Johnny Paulus.
So Johnny Paulus, the Six Nations star, takes it in tight and beats Evan Kirk. It is 11-8.
And again, it's nice to see Johnny Paulus here put some points up on the board for him. Give him a little bit of confidence. Give him a little bit of a little boost, a little pat in the back to be able to score a couple goals here in this game, and really put a real good game together and try to make him feel like he's contributing to the team.
So Philadelphia now with the ball, and Johnny Paulus tonight has 2 goals and 2 assists, and that shot is knocked over the glass and into the crowd. And Philadelphia with a fresh 30. As Jordan Hall has it, he's defended there by Scott Self. The behind the back shot goes wide of the net. Picked off the near boards. As Campbell battling for it. Crawley gets it. His underhand shot is stopped by Matt Vince. Kevin Crawley, former first overall pick in the same draft where Keogh was drafted 2nd, Paulus was drafted 5th, and Joel White was also a first-round pick of the Nighthawks. And that one is picked off by John Sullivan. Sullivan grabbed that one like a free safety, and he feeds it ahead now to Stephen Keogh. Keogh to Walters down the near boards now. And Walters gets it back from Vitarelli. Left wing side, Keogh the shot, and he fired that one over the crossbar. Vince way out of his net to play it, and we've got a whistle on the over and back call. And with 6:47 to go, Kevin Crawley has possession, 3 points tonight, and Pat Saunders will give it to Garrett Thule. In front to Saunders, and the low shot is denied by Vince. Saunders broke in all alone, and Matt Vince made the save.
And what a real big save there by Matt Vince. And I think it's a timely save here. Up by 3 with about 6.5 minutes to go in the game. That is a big save for Matt Vince and the Rochester Knighthawks.
And the 3-time goalie of the year, he's in his 9th season. Another product of St. Catharines. Walters to Vitarelli. Across, McCready, look, shoots, save by Kirk, and McCready comes away with a rebound, and he gets the reset. Vitarelli, right wing side, 5:56 to go, and he'll feed it to McCready, now to Dawson. Dawson left wing to Walters. Right wing side to Vitarelli. Rochester spreading out their offense. Gives it to Walters, no look pass in front of the net. And it's picked up in front, the shot, and Kirk will make the save after McCready picked it up. And the shot clock had just expired before he got that shot off. As Jordan Hall has it deep in Rochester territory. Gives it to Ryan Ward. Now to Buchanan. Has it behind the net, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Crawley trying to shake off a check by Sid Smith. Now draws the double team. He's got to one-handed into the near corner as the double team by Smith, and Scott Self forces the shot clock violation. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth, 11-8 Rochester. Campbell, left wing side to Dan Dawson. Cutting to the cage is Keogh, and Dawson elects to keep it himself. Now gives it to Keogh in the far corner, one-on-one with Costabile. Fires it now to Brad Self on the near side. On the near boards now to Walters, the shot, and that's denied by Kirk, who got the left pad on it. And the Wings now with 4.5 to go will clear their own zone. It's fed over now to Ryan Ward, longtime veteran of the National Lacrosse League. Former member of the Rochester Rattlers field lacrosse team. And that pass taken by Crawley behind the back, and that's denied by Vince, who got the right glove out to knock that into the near corner, and the loose ball battle ensues. As they're still looking for it, Ward is in there for Philadelphia. 4 defenders for Rochester. Brad Self battling for it. He comes away with a loose ball. And across midfield, Brad Self. You know, a lot of people may not know, he was in that Matt Vince trade that sent John Grant Jr. to Colorado. What a steal it was for Rochester to get Brad Self. Now in his 8th season in the NLL. Walters gets the shot off. He hit the near post. Again, a great split dodge. He comes over the top bidding for that near side, and he very nearly put it into the back of the net, but he hit the pipe. The net to our right is empty. Philadelphia with the extra man with 3:04 to go. Ward feeds it in tight to Crawley, gives it over to Hall. Now to Crawley, right wing side, fed cross crease. And that one is grabbed by Crawley, in on goal. The shot that's knocked down in front of the net, and that's going to be a shot clock violation after another shot block by the Rochester defense. 2:50 to go here in the fourth. 11-8 Rochester. We'll be back on the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
It's time now to announce tonight's Seneca Niagara Casino 50-50 raffle winner. Tonight's winning number is C53442. That number again is C53442. Congratulations.
And Joe Walters across midfield. Gives it to Johnny Paulus in the slot. The shot and a sliding save made by Evan Kirk. They battle for it in the near corner. Keogh going after it. Paulus in there digging for it. And we'll see who comes out of the scrum with it. And it's Sweeney of Philadelphia, who will give it over to Brody Merrill, both Georgetown University products. And Philadelphia now will have the extra attacker out there. The net to our right is empty. Garrett Thule takes the feed. He'll give it to Jordan Hall on the right wing. Left wing to Crawley. Up top to Hall. Gives it to Ward. Left wing to Crawley in the slot. Hall looks, and he tried to fire it across to Saunders. Open net at the other end of the floor. And Brad Self will take it across midfield, and Evan Kirk settles in goal for Philadelphia. And Brad Self still has it. And he'll fire it left wing to Dawson. Dan Dawson with the ball with a minute and a half to go. Rochester trying to improve to 5-0 here at home. Dawson shakes off one defender, gets by another in on goal, he scores! Dan Dawson!
That was just a great individual effort there by Dan Dawson. It was almost like he was waiting for the Philadelphia defenders to come to him just so he can run around them and get to the net and put the ball in behind Evan Kirk. And that's something that, you know what, Dan Dawson, when he wants to go to the net, he's big enough, he's strong enough, he's athletic enough to get to the net and get a real good shot on Evan Kirk and put the ball in the net. So that was a real great individual effort there by Dan Dawson.
13:33 the time of the goal. It's a 4-goal lead for Rochester. Brad Self will get the assist. And they review every goal under 2 minutes. So that's why they're taking a look at this goal by Dan Dawson. A goal and 4 assists now for dangerous Dan Dawson.
I was going to say, that might be close. His 1 foot almost seems like it's... the ball's in the net before his foot goes down, but his 1 foot went down on the line. But the ball, I think the ball had already gone in the net, so that's pretty safe to say that's a goal.
41-39 are the shots on goal. As we said, 4 games going on in the National Lacrosse League. Minnesota and Buffalo tied at 9 late in the 4th. And here we have the ruling on the turf, and it's a good goal. So for Dan Dawson, that's his 10th goal of the year, to go along with 41 assists. And that is won by the wings. Buchanan in on goal, and the behind-the-back shot is blocked by Mike Kirk. Buchanan picked it up, fighting off some tenacious defense from Kirk. And speaking of Kirk, the younger brother, Evan Kirk, will head off in favor of the extra man. Garrett Thule with the ball, 1 minute to go, looking. The low shot is stopped by Matt Vince. Less than a minute remaining. And Paul Dawson takes the outlet pass into Philadelphia territory. Now to Jamison. Jamison has it on the near boards. Across now to Dawson. 40 seconds left. Rochester will improve to 5-0 at home. And they will defeat Philadelphia for the 15th time in 16 meetings, going back to the playoffs, and Rochester scores. Keogh rolled it in, and now that's going to draw some attention. Keogh rolled it by Brody Merrill, who is back playing goal.
Well, you know what? I'm not sure what Stephen Keogh is supposed to do. He's standing right in front of the net, catches the ball. I guess he could turn around and fire it as hard as he could, and maybe hit Brody Merrill's, But he just rolled it. He just rolled it in out of. I don't know. I don't think that was disrespectful to anybody. I guess he could have turned around and just fired it. But, that's something that they're going to get penalized for.
So Rochester with a 13-8 lead. The last time that they played Philadelphia, Rochester won 13-9. And Rochester will go on the man advantage as Brett Manny picks up the ball off the face-off. 24 seconds to go. Kevin Crawley with it on the left wing, and the Wings about to lose their 5th straight and fall to 3-8. Ward in the high slot. Gives it over at the side of the net to Hall. His pass in front of the net off the stick of Kevin Crawley. 9 seconds to go. And Vince will fire it all the way down into Wings territory where Evan Kirk will scoop it up, and that is going to do it. The Rochester Knighthawks are victorious and still perfect at home as they defeat the Philadelphia Wings 13-8, now 5-0 on their home turf. And Rochester improves to 7-3. And if the Buffalo Bandits lose tonight, the Rochester Knighthawks will move into first place in the East Division. And at last check, they were tied up with Minnesota at the First Niagara Center in Buffalo, New York. So again, a huge night for Stephen Keogh, 6 points. Cody Jamieson also with a big night offensively for the Rochester Knighthawks. He has 4 goals and 1 assist. Dan Dawson with 5 points on a goal and 4 assists. And Matt Vince, again, 30-plus saves tonight, leading his team to victory. It's his 7th win of the season for Matt Vince, one of the top netminders in all of the National Lacrosse League. 42-40 were the final shots on goal. Rochester will be back at home March 29th as they take on the Edmonton Rush, who right now are in action and leading Vancouver 3-1. They are trying to improve to 9-0, which would be the best start ever by any team in the National Lacrosse League. So the Knighthawks will take their victory lap. Player of the game, the first star, Stephen Keogh. And again, Rochester 7-3, and the Wings fall to 3-8. We'll take a break here from the Blue Cross Arena. When we come back, we'll have the final wrap-up where Rochester takes down the Wings 13-8.